Well, guess who's coming to town? It's perhaps the world's most infamous pro-Sharia feminist, assuming that isn't an oxymoron. Yes, it's none other than Linda Sarsour. Now, you'd think there are enough hate mongers in Canada without having to import one from south of the border, eh? But then again, Linda Sarsour is a superstar when it comes to the hate game. She's an extremist. She's a Palestinian American who uses her pulpit to preach her disdain of Western values and Israel and show her love of Sharia law. Naturally, she takes full advantage of American liberties, first and foremost, freedom of speech. Now, the Canadian arm of the Islamic Circle of North America is hosting Sarsour at its Carry the Light convention at the International Centre in Mississauga this Thanksgiving weekend. Indeed, one must wonder if Linda Sarsour's upcoming presentation will be similar to her keynote address at the Council on American Islamic Relations, aka CARE, in San Francisco last December. According to the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs, Sarsour's Bay Area speech included such pithy prose as this, quote, "You have no choice but to be political, be engaged, and be a part of the resistance to defend our rights to be Muslims in the United States of America. Dissent is the highest form of patriotism in a country like the United States," end quote. And according to Newsweek, Sarsour stated at a July 2017 Islamic Society of North America event that standing up to Trump is a, quote, jihad, end quote. Sarsour reminded her audience that, quote, "Our number one and top priority is to protect and defend our community. It is not to assimilate and please any other people and authority. Our top priority, and even higher than all those other priorities, is to please Allah and only Allah," end quote. As well, at the ISNA convention in September of this year in Houston, Sarsour, who has a long history of making anti-Israel remarks, called on people to stop humanizing Israelis. And she's a big proponent of the BDS movement as well. So when she comes to the Toronto area, will Sarsour repeat her well-worn toxic talking points that she so enthusiastically uttered in the past? Oh, and there's more, folks. Do you remember that Sarsour once mocked Ayaan Hirsi Ali, a former Muslim and a victim of female genital mutilation? In a tweet, Sarsour said that, quote, "Bridget Gabriel equals Ayaan Hirsi Ali. She's asking for an ass whipping. I wish I could take their vaginas away. They don't deserve to be women," end quote. How odd, wouldn't someone that is a self-described feminist be against a procedure that mutilates women? Then again, maybe Sarsour has drunk the halal Kool-Aid when it comes to Sharia law, in which women are not considered equal to men. The alleged feminist actually calls the Sharia reasonable. Quote, "Sharia law is reasonable, and once you read into the details, it makes a lot of sense. People just know the basics," end quote. Sarsour also has a soft spot in her heart for terrorists. She's an active supporter of convicted and now deported terrorist Razmia Odeh, who carried out a lethal bombing attack under the banner of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. Sarsour calls Odeh a 68-year-old who poses no threat. Really? Try telling that to the families of her murder victims. And Sarsour has referred to Imam Siraj Wahhaj as a mentor and motivator. Check out this clip.
And to my favorite person in this room, because that's mutual, is Imam Siraj Wahhaj, who has been a mentor, a motivator, an encourager of mine, someone who has taught me to speak truth to power and not worry about the consequences.
Oh, some mentor. Missing from her descriptor of Imam Wahhaj is that he was listed as an unindicted co-conspirator in the 1993 World Trade Center bombings, although he denies any involvement. By the way, this Imam will be attending the ICNA Canada event too. Birds of a feather, I suppose. This odious list of hateful rhetoric just goes on and on. But what should we do about it, folks? We don't support censorship or banning people. There's already way too much of that going on today. So I think the better idea is to show ICNA attendees what Linda Sarsour actually stands for using her own words. Here's our idea. It's time to engage that truck equipped with a jumbotron that will display Sarsour's hateful words for all to see. Now, it costs about $1,600 to rent this vehicle plus gas money, but it's a worthwhile endeavor. We want ordinary citizens in the Toronto area to realize exactly who has come into the country and what she stands for. And we want to put it on the record that Canadians don't support Sarsour's hateful, toxic comments. I also want to give our petition to ICNA with thousands of names of Canadians who oppose this Islamist hate fest. That's our plan, one that respects freedom of expression, but shames ICNA while forcing attendees to come face to face with Sarsour's hatred. If you agree with our plan, please help us out. Sign our petition at lindasarsour.ca, a petition that I will personally drop off at ICNA's headquarters. And please help us pay for the Jumbotron truck too. We'll need at least $1,800 to cover all expenses. Again, please take a stand against hatred by signing our petition right now at lindasarsour.ca, and please donate whatever you can spare to pay for this very important mission. Thank you. Hey folks, do you want to take a stand against hatred in our country? Then go to lindasarsour.ca and please sign our petition.